We back. We back on Sip This Coffee, and that's why you do test runs, because I just did a whole session and I ain't talked to nobody but myself. Yeah. We on Sip This Coffee with your boy ELOOO, man. Y'all know how it go. It ain't no turning back. It ain't no going back. Only thing we can do is go forward. Only thing we can do is go forward. And this episode of Sip This Coffee is being brought to you by Kingdom, the hair products that you need in your life. I don't care what type of hair you got. You need these products in your life. If you're looking for healthy hair, healthy, hydrated hair, starts with Kingdom. Yeah. So on this episode of Sip This Coffee, we're going to get straight to the bulletin points, man, because I just spent about maybe 10 minutes talking to myself. Now I'm talking to you and y'all and everybody else who's tuned in to it on YouTube, because we is on episode 2. Sip This Coffee on YouTube with your boy ELOOO, and y'all know how we do. We talk sports, we talk life, we talk love. And most of all, we just talk the truth, man. We ain't on here to fabricate no stories. We ain't on here trying to go viral. We just putting out the facts on the table, because most people don't know what facts are. Yeah. So let's get right to it, man. Let's get to the Xavier Lucas debacle. Let's get to the Xavier Lucas debacle. Wisconsin, can y'all please back up? Can y'all please sit down? Can y'all please shut the fuck up, please? I know what it is. Wisconsin, you're in your feelings about TVD, in which that has nothing to do with us down here. So now that you messed around and you picked up a bus, I ain't gonna call him a bomb. He's still a young man trying to live life and do his thing. And I see that he just transferred. I spoke on this on the last episode. He transferred to SMU with Rick Ashley as the offensive coordinator and head coach. The same guy that was the offensive coordinator when TVD was the quarterback at the University of Miami and had his best season of his collegiate career. Bam. Okay, he might have put himself in a great situation. But Wisconsin, that wasn't it for you. That wasn't it for you, Wisconsin. So the young man Xavier Lucas, cornerback, just committed to the University of Miami. Actually, just broke the rule book. He just broke the rule book. He just put a whole new program into the transfer portal. You know, he came in with his own wave. You can see how it going. Come in with the right, come in with the left. He created his own wave into the transfer portal. My man didn't jump into the transfer portal in the traditional way that's been going on for the past couple of years since it's been transfer portal. What did he do? First off, he lawyered up on Wisconsin to make them, because what went on in this situation, Xavier Lucas was a cornerback that played at American Heritage down in Miami at high school. Miami Hurricanes did try to get this guy straight out of high school, in which he ended up taking his talents up to Wisconsin last year for his freshman year. Within that year, he balled out. He played damn good up there. For a freshman, he balled out. And at some point during the season, he realized he wanted to be back home in Miami. And he wanted to put on for Miami, for the state of Florida, with that orange and green with the U on the side of the helmet. So he put his papers in properly to enter the transfer portal. And Wisconsin felt as though he was in breach of a contract that they had set forth, in which this contract doesn't take place until the next season of next year, football season, which would be his sophomore year in college. So they signed him to a 2-year contract, and there was some money involved, in which he never received $1. He never received a penny of this, because the contract doesn't take until next year. So he wasn't in breach of a contract that doesn't present itself until next year. Bam. Okay, bam. That was the whole thing. So Wisconsin was bitter about it. They didn't put the man papers into the transfer portal. They never entered his name into the transfer portal, in which there's a process to entering the portal as a student athlete. So what did he do? Xavier Lucas went and got him a lawyer, which a young lawyer, looked like he know what he doing, know what he talking about. I done watched several shows with him now on him speaking on this topic. And speaking on this topic, he was able to present us with that the NCAA cleared Miami of all wrongdoing, of no tampering. None of that situation went on with Xavier Lucas. I don't think you have to tamper too much when someone wants to return home. He's homesick, period. He's way up in Wisconsin. They snowing. They 5 below. Yeah, come to Dade County. Yeah, South Florida babies. They know what's going on. But that's number one. The NCAA cleared Miami already of any wrongdoing. Let's talk about how Xavier Lucas beat the system. We've been speaking on how in the next 2 years, we'll know NILs, we'll know transfer portal, we'll know what it is doing to the state of collegiate sports. And in my take, it's no longer collegiate sports. It's a full business now. And the way that Xavier Lucas was to find a loophole like he did, it lets you know it's a business, it's a big game to it. So if you need to get into studying to understand how you can do things like this, because what he did, no one has done yet. So what Xavier Lucas did, Wisconsin didn't put his name into the transfer portal within the transfer portal window. So what did he do? He enrolled at the University of Miami for academics. That makes him a hurricane. From this point forward, we can walk on to the team and work our way up to a scholarship. Matter of fact, we could just enroll for academics, let the coach know that we're on campus, and it's not even, I'm not switching from team to team. I just left that school to go to this school. It was a good loophole. Who was able to the genius to figure this thing out to help that young man out? Salute. Salute. It's people out here playing chess, man. There's people out here playing chess. On this same note, the ACC is attempting to play chess, but I think they playing checkers. They still trying to jump over people. And yeah, the ACC came out with a statement saying, what if the ACC doesn't play an ACC championship game? Whoa. They trying to get as many ACC teams into the playoffs amongst the playoff committee, so they're trying to outsmart them. They're trying to play chess on them. But this year, if SMU didn't play Clemson in the ACC championship, we only would have had one team in the playoffs. SMU proved themselves to go into the playoffs by Clemson proved themselves by beating SMU, which was the team that would have went because they had them been winning the most from the ACC. So if they didn't play that game, we don't have Clemson in it. Yeah, so we got to play that game there. Boss man, president, CEO of the ACC, I think you need to go back to the drawing boards and rethink what you said. You need to rethink what you said, brother. Moving on along, we sipping coffee this morning. I'm feeling good. How we moving, man. Hey, like I always say, man, get up, put a smile on your face so you can put a smile on somebody else's face. Cause, and hey, with that, yeah, do that so you can put the good energy in the room. But let me say this, and feel me when I say this. Like I told you, we talk sports, life, and love. So this is a little life with a little bit of love in a form. Okay? Don't nobody care what the hell you been through but you. Don't nobody care about you and this and that, and I can't do this because of that. Don't nobody care, bro. It's just another story that you're going to end up telling. So what that mean? Shut the fuck up and go and do what you need to do when you need to do it, how you need to do it, man. Period. So put a smile on your face. Because don't nobody care why you frowning and crying and being all sensitive and being a titty baby. Yeah. Don't nobody care. Yeah. That was my life little segment with a little bit of that love that you need to lose because you got too much love for yourself. You care too much about what you've been through too much, brother. Sometimes you got to say, fuck it. Cat Williams said, and one of his most something that I remember from one of his stand-ups, Cat Williams said, sometimes you need to hit the jump. The jump, you put that sense of fuck it in it. Like the light be a dude, I ain't got the money. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna find a way though. Yeah. Hey, She instead of complaining and crying, hey, buy it. Don't nobody care, man. Don't nobody care. That's the whole life love situation. But back to it. We'll get back to the sports. We'll get back to the sports. Let's talk about the natty. The natty, congratulations, Ohio State, 2024 national champions. Um, I actually rooted for Ohio State to win the national championship. Like I said earlier, I feel as though there's multiple players on between Ohio State and Notre Dame that will be on the Miami roster starting of the 2026 season, 25-26. So, yeah, I watched it. And it was a pretty good one. Jeremiah Smith did what I know he could do, how he can do it. The kid is different. Um, Let me say this. I done heard a lot of people say that they never seen a player like him before. Yes, you have. Yes, you have. Miami possessed those kind. Andre Johnson was a different breed of guy when he made it to the University of Miami. Um, yes, you have. Calvin Johnson. Calvin Johnson became one of the most historic wide receivers in the history of football, and he played at Georgia Tech when Georgia Tech was a wing T offense. Yes, you have. It ain't many that I can name to put on the same level as Jeremiah Smith. Let me bring up a guy. Um, his name is slipping me right now, and I'm mad about it because we had a guy that was at receiver for the Richardson, Ahmad Richardson. There it is, Ahmad Richardson. Yes, you have. You have seen these type of guys before, and Ahmad suffered a neck injury in which he had to medically retire from the game of football while he was at the University of Miami. Had that kid been able to finish his career, there is no telling where. There's no telling where and what type of stats would be being broken in the NFL. Yeah. Yes, you have. You've seen those type of guys before, and they wore a University of Miami jersey. So I'm still advocating for Jeremiah Smith to make his way to Miami. He just finished his freshman season at the University of Ohio State. They ended the season with a national championship. He garnered all of the national attention that you could possibly want to gain as a freshman in the game of football. He's presenting himself on a high level everywhere. And mind you, the decision for him to go to Ohio State came down to 2 minutes before he made his final decision. It came down to Miami and Ohio State. I mean, the day of his decision making, it came down to us in Ohio State, and it was very close. So with the transfer portal, with people like that accomplishing accolades so early, do I think that it's far-fetched to say that he could enter the transfer portal and become a Miami Hurricane? No. Him and JoJo Trader, and that's something else I got to tell you. We have a Jeremiah Smith style kid on our roster, and he showed it in the bowl game. JoJo Trader. I don't think he can be guarded neither. Remember, JoJo Trader would have been the #1 receiver in their class last year if it wasn't for JJ. If it wasn't for Jeremiah Smith, he would have been the #1. So our receiver room is loaded right now. And again, let's go back to what I told you about what I said about Mario. I said I trust him. He said our biggest thing that we needed to get together on this offseason is the defense. We fired Lance Gidry. We brought in Heatherman. I think I said it right. Last week I would not say his name because I think I've heard it enough now. Heatherman. We brought in Heatherman, and the guy took a defense that was ranked number 69 in the nation and brought him to the number 5 within 1 year. Within 1 year, brought him to the number 5 ranked defense at Minnesota. Freaking, you name me somebody in the NFL right now, off the top of your head right now while you watching this with me right now. Name me a player right now. Name me a player from Minnesota in the NFL. From the University of Minnesota. Who in the NFL played defense? who played quarterback, wide receiver, running back? Name me somebody in the NFL that come from the University of Minnesota. I can't. I know I can't. And I watch football differently. So yeah, we bring in Heatherman. Heatherman brought the number 69 ranked defense at Minnesota to the 5th ranked defense this season. So the caliber of player that he's about to walk into is double of what he had in Minnesota. And I'm not knocking Minnesota. They had a good team. I'm just letting you know this is the results of what Mario Cristobal has done within these 3 years that he's been there. Three out of 3 years he's been here, this man's brung in a top 20 class. 2 of the years he brung in a top 5 class, top 10 class. So this dude getting ready to walk into a room of DBs that just got flipped around. And we probably went from one of the most depleted rooms to one of the most stocked rooms in the nation. And you do your own homework to collaborate that doing that. That ain't just me talking. Do your homework. Remember, Jadis Richards, I did find this out. Jadis Richards was just a junior last year, and he took that injury towards the end. So Jadis Richards returning, Damari Brown returning, OJ Federic returning, and we done brung in 4 or 5 transfer top defensive backs now. Mario is on the trail. Our front 7, there's nothing to be worried about. Listen here, Kiko Manoy, thank you for your time at the University of Miami. We all know your time has come to an end. So that's all I'm saying on that. I thank you for your time at Miami, and we all know that your time has come to an end. So therefore, now people like myself must figure out what's behind him. We got some stuff behind him. You hear me? Popo Aguirre, Wesley Passant coming back for his senior year is such a huge movement that I don't think you even can understand until the season start next year. Wesley Passant coming back next year is huge. He was our top producing linebacker in my eyes the last 2 years. This year, even with Lance, and hold on, let me go back to Kiko. Let me say this here. Kiko, you a great linebacker. You're going to be good in the NFL. You're going to be better than Manti Te'o. You're going to be better than a lot of these guys. I feel like you can pull off a Denzel Pyramid style NFL career in which Denzel Pyramid still piping in the NFL right now. He's still hitting so hard that he's knocking himself out of games still. He hit somebody in the playoffs the week before last, they were still in the playoffs. The Chargers, that's what Denzel Pyramid play at. He hit the running back so hard, he knocked himself out the game, lost all his feeling in his arm. Kiko, I feel like you going to have an NFL career like that because this is what we do know. We do know that Lance Guidry was running a system, and Lance is going to go have a good career somewhere else too. He need to go back to a level like where he came from, a University of Marshall. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if he's been picked up yet, but I'm still rooting for Lance. Yeah, but his system put Kiko in a bad position last year, and Kiko didn't have the hips to be doing what needed to be done in that type of system. That's what I'm gonna say about that whole situation. But let's talk about Cam Pruitt. Malik Bryant. We got some guys that's already here, that's already been here, that's already been playing, that's already played. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got a front 7 that's beautiful, man. From Moten to man, the D tackle room is crazy. The defensive ends, we're loaded. Booker Pickett Jr., Marquise Lightfoot, Ruben Bain. I didn't even need to say Ruben Bain's name. You know it. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about, Ruben Bain. We got a front 7. We got a defensive back room now that I feel like Heatherman gonna be able to get over here and get aggressive. But as long as it's like what I seen last night in the Ohio State game. Zero, I like that kid. That kid plays real football. I've been a Caleb Downs fan. He plays real football. But the whole thing that you seen in this game was the alignment of the defenses from Notre Dame to Ohio State. The alignment allows for best man to win. The alignment allows for best man to win. That means that with the running back and with the defenders, best man gonna win. Somebody gonna be there to make a play. It's on that player to make the play though. You get what I'm saying? The alignment allowed for the D lineman to be covering each gap. Fill the gap, fill the gap. That's fundamental football, filling the gaps. If you're not filling the gaps, what does that mean? You could drive a truck through the hole, and what does that mean? We headed to the end zone, 6 points. Period. Gap alignment, gap sound football. Those are basic fundamental things you're going to hear from textbook coaches. And we didn't have that this year. It wasn't just Tyler Barron who was giving up the edge. We didn't have proper alignment. No one was getting the edge. He was sending Tyler Barron, the defensive end, on the stunt within the inside, and the defensive tackle coming on the stunt, but he wasn't even making it to the outside to contain the edge. The linebacker, he dropping into coverage. So what? All this open. There was no fundamental sound football on defense last year. And Todd Heatherman's defense, I said last night watching the game, which is another bulletin point here. The bulletin point says, what would it take to get Miami to play in Miami for the Natty next season? Yeah. The national championship next season will be held at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami next year. What will it take for Miami to, all right, 2 years ago, Mario Cristobal took over. One thing that we was complaining about was our depth in size. Our offensive linemen didn't look like Division I offensive linemen. Our defensive tackles definitely didn't look like defensive tackles in the NFL. Potential NFL players. They didn't look like potential NFL players. So what Mario do? He flipped it. First thing he did, the first year he was here, was flipped our offensive line room, flipped our defensive line room, brought in beefy guys that looked like they was ready for the NFL today. Then Mirabal and Mario spent their time working with them guys. So last year and the year before, we were saying, oh, Mario don't know how to develop guys, as if he didn't just come from Oregon, one of the top programs in the last 20 years. And so in between that time and these 20 years, he was the coach there. As if he didn't just send quarterback Justin Herbert and offensive linemen and running backs to the league under his hat at Oregon. So he come to Miami, he developed the offensive line, he developed the defensive line. Last year, we had a problem in the offseason. We had a problem with the offense, quarterback throwing too many interceptions, can't complete games on the offensive side of the ball. Defense bailing us out, offense putting us in bad situations. What did he do this offseason? He developed the offense to the point we ended up with the #1 offense in the nation. Our quarterback was in New York for the Heisman Trophy ceremony. Same quarterback at this time of year when we picked him up, y'all said it wouldn't make a difference. They told us that Cam Ward had a fumbling problem. They told us that Cam Ward will get to the U and throw more interceptions than TVD. This is the words that I heard coming out of the mouth of every Miami Hurricane hater. Set it real quick. They said Cam Ward wouldn't get the job done. Well, we ran into another problem to why the Natty Championship job didn't get done. It wasn't the size. It wasn't the depth. It's kind of sort of the depth, because once we ran into injuries, we fell off. The D-line got injured up. The secondary got injured up, and we fell down. What would it take to get Miami to play in Miami next year? I'm going to say the same thing I said a couple years ago. We got to build a depth. But mostly of all, we got to have the coaches put the playmakers in position to make plays. I don't care who you got on your defense. If you're not aligned properly, it's not proper. It won't be played proper. So even all the seniors that was on our defense this year, I truly believe them guys going to have successful careers in the NFL. It's nothing. It's inevitable. The guys, pure athletes. Some of the guys run like gazelle. Some of the guys are good. They were like, why would Georgia pick up Jadis Harris after the season he had? I feel like he had 2 bad seasons at Miami. Why would Georgia pick up Jadis Harris? The kid is a talent. He's fast. He's agile. I think he lacked the IQ, but at the same time, I don't know. I think the defense was put in bad positions a lot last year due to coaching, due to positioning, due to line adjustment, due to a lot. That Syracuse game again, Jadis Harris is our safety. We had him in the box majority of the game like a linebacker. And I know in the 4-2-5 you walk one down, and I understand these different principles of these different defenses, but to continuously get caught out of position, to continuously get caught not aligned properly, hey, the principles and fundamentals ain't being taught. That's why Lance Guidry had to be fired. And that is what can make us be in the national championship next year if Heatherman can get that under control. We don't need a number one offense in the nation to go to the national championship. Actually, Ohio State and Notre Dame just proved that. What you need is an elite defense. I heard somebody say, defense used to win championships. Well, let me say this. It won another one last night. Huh? Early in that game, I seen Riley Leonard kept on pulling that ball, going up that middle. I kept saying, he's not going to do that the whole game against this defense. So if that's their main way of producing points, Riley Leonard turning into like he Lamar Jackson or something, don't even say that name no more, ELOOO. Back off. Bingo. All right. Yeah. Defense will forever win championships. So if Mario can help us build this defense to a top 5 defense, not only will we be the team that'll be playing for the ACC championship and not bypassing it like the ACC president mentioned yesterday. We'll be in the playoffs and we'll probably be the number 1 seed to be for y'all to try and knock off. And we'll be playing in Miami. That's the whole thing. That's what I came here today to tell you, how Miami could be on the winning victory day after the national championship next year. Now, I'll leave this as the final so y'all can start y'all Wednesday. Like I said, I ain't gonna keep y'all long when we do these coffees, but y'all can write in. Y'all can write me on social media, Facebook, Instagram. Let me know topics that y'all want to speak on. Y'all got questions. I do got one that I did receive this week that I pray I remember after I say this here. But again, man, remember, these episodes, everything that you're getting from me is being brought to you by Kingdom Hair. So you go ahead and hit the link. Go ahead and type in Kingdom LLC. It'll come up under anything that you search and make some orders, man. Hair products, all of the good stuff that you're looking for. Last bulletin here. I can't believe this. I can't believe Lamar Jackson and Jared Goff is at home. You know, the Texans losing, they missing their top 2 receivers. You know, Stephen Diggs and Tank Dell. It ain't the top 2 receivers. It's 2 of the top 3 receivers because Nico Collins is a beast. He's definitely their top receiver. And if you added Stephon Diggs on that field with Tank Dell, they might have made a deeper run. They might have been playing for conference championship this weekend. So don't sleep on, I used to call him DeMarco. I thought it was Marco. But it's not. It's not an R in his name. So D'Amico Ryans. Don't sleep on D'Amico Ryans. His defense calling abilities. Understand that the 49ers was where they was at when he was the defensive coordinator. This year, he's been in Texas for 2 years. Look at 49ers numbers with Fred Warner in the middle, with Greenlaw out there too. They're a total different defense when they had DeMarco and D'Amico. When they had D'Amico Ryans and everything, there was a totally different defense. So don't sleep on D'Amico and what he building over there. Remember, Will Anderson and all them guys was hurt. Al Shear got suspended at the wrong time. They could have had a higher seed and messed around and had a bye week. Yeah, they a team that be messed with. They're a powerhouse building. So yeah. Lamar Jackson and Jared Goff not being in there, that was a pure shocker. And I'm going to tell you like this here. Get that man a number 1 receiver over there in Baltimore, please. Devontae Adams. Let Aaron Rodgers go ahead and retire. Take your ass over there to Baltimore. Run it next year. I mean, it's To wait a whole nother season to get this man back to the playoffs is mind-boggling, heartbreaking, whatever else you want to call it. And Lamar, I'm mad, man. I know y'all want to talk about Mark Andrews with dropping them passes, but Lamar, you did some crazy stuff too. And I know your mama cussed your ass out again. South Florida baby's gonna get that South Florida teaching, and Mom Dude's gonna drop it on you. The Mom Dude probably was at the TV at the game talking that noise about you, and you out here still study stepping. You know what I'm saying? You man, Bashard Bateman was out there in the back of the end zone. You gonna throw it the route way over there? You out there fumbling on ice and stuff, Lamar. What's going on, man? A whole offseason we got to wait till you get it right again. So, hey, get the man a number one receiver. Zay Flowers is that guy. Had he been on the field, I feel like it would have been a different game. He's still not a number one. Get him a true number one that requires the double team. Man, now you got to pick your poison between double teaming my number one or filling the box for this number one with Derrick Henry. Or allow Lamar to run crazy. Or let Zay Flowers go crazy. Yeah, get him a true number one and make that team really a powerful weapon. And I've been saying this for a minute. They ain't had a number one receiver over there in Baltimore yet with Lamar Jackson. All these other teams got true number ones with no receiver. DeAndre Hopkins took his big B4 lighter head ass to Kansas City, thinking that he just finna soup his way to a Super Bowl. Nope. I'm going to tell y'all right now. Nope. Put your money on Buffalo. My partner ain't gonna like that one. But I'm telling you now, put your money on Buffalo. It's a whole new era about to happen. Put your money on Amari Cooper come this weekend divisional round. That's what I'm gonna leave this with, man. I'm gonna leave this with this right here, man. Look, I'm done with the script. Put your money on Buffalo. Put your money on Amari Cooper, and they're gonna have a game where Buffalo going to the Super Bowl over the Chiefs. Mark your calendars. Mark my word. Whatever you want to do, however you want to do it. But this is what I need you to do. Hit that like button first. Then subscribe. Binking. After you subscribe, share it to your Facebook, to your Snapchat, to your Instagram, anything, man. Show some love, man. I show a little love with y'all, man. It's been a peaceful day. It's a good day, way to start your day. Always a good way to start with some good Joe. Put some good Joe in your system, man. The good coffee. Sipping with your boy, ELOOO. Again, man, it's a pleasure to get up, be able to do some stuff that I love to do, and people chime in with it. They talk, communicate with me. I'm at the shop. I'm walking down the sidewalk. I hear people talking about, sip this coffee. Like, man, I ain't even, the numbers sometimes don't even be showing up properly. I be thinking like, shoot, ain't nobody seeing this. Last week I started the episode off by saying nobody probably even gonna see this episode. And guess what? By the time I clicked off, 45 people had already seen it. Hey, I'm cool with 45 people, bro. I'm cool with 5 people. So to have as many people that don't watch, I think the last episode ended up so far it's only gotten up to 54. But who knows that I'm doing this? I haven't put any advertisements on it yet, any of this stuff. I'm still growing. I'm still learning how to do it, getting the sound proper, getting everything together so we can learn it. Today, I'm recording this through a whole nother app, and I ain't going to shout the app out until I get some correlation with them, and then we can start making some coins with them, and we can shout out whoever need to be shouted at. But like I always say, man, put a smile on your face so you can put a smile on somebody else's face. You come with the proper energy, it's only going to make it right. It's only going to make it right. You feel me? So, yeah, peace and blessings to everybody out there, man. Y'all got anything y'all be want to talk about? Hey, I can join you in. We can do a little interview type deal where I talk to you, you tell me what you talking about. We can talk some trash to each other, enlightenment, all that there. So y'all just let me know how it is, where it is, know what I'm saying? Yeah, this your boy ELOOO, man. Have a great day, man.